Lightweight matchup came together on short notice. Christian Bobe stepping in as a replacement, but man, it looks like a good one on paper.
Ready?
Yeah, this should be a good one. It's always a good one when it's kind of a short notice and the guys just want to be here and they want to fight.
Taking your first professional loss can be a frustrating experience, but boy, Bobe looks sharp there with those early strikes, switching stance and changing levels. Oh, he's coming out swinging. I'll talk about the grappling abilities of Bobe. He's trying to show he can throw those hands.
Yeah, and that's something that he said he wanted to do. He said he wanted to try to take advantage of, you know, actually being shorter and punching up against a taller guy and just coming over the top.
Maybe you get a little better look at that chin when you're looking up a little bit.
Well, what happens is sometimes taller guys, they leave their chin up. They leave their head so high because they think you can't hit them.
Rios right now, though, answering the fire from the outside. Bobe chopping the legs a bit as well. Little Superman from Rios tries the leaping action.
Keep touching, keep touching.
Oh, crisp jab there, right down the middle. Rios still walking forward.
Yeah, Rios doing a good job of just, even though he's eating shots, not letting it affect him too much to where he's not putting pressure on Bobe.
Yeah, he's walking right through it right now. Delivers a nice low kick of his own.
But the problem with that, like, you have to be careful with that. I mean, you show that you can walk through some shots, but one shot will get through it, it'll really shake you up. So you got to be careful getting overconfident, walking forward, and eating shots.
Bobe swept him to the ground. Momentarily, Rios popped right back up. Nice work there from Bobe, switching stances, chops the leg again.
Yeah, Rios is going to have to address that leg kick eventually because all it takes is one calf kick to really do damage.
Nice work from Bobe. Probably had Rios thinking exactly that about all the striking going on, and then just drove through from the takedown.
Well, I think Rios has a lot of confidence in his ground game that he didn't even try to defend that takedown. I think he's happy, not necessarily happy, but he's comfortable here on the ground and believes in his ground game.
Hey, they can make mistakes here, Bobe. Damage, Bobe.
Turning on his right hip underneath, trying to control the wrist. Here's Rios.
Yeah, that was a good job that Bobe did of cutting the guard when Rios tried to replace. Bobe just slid that left knee right through.
Nice
keeping half guard.
Yes, he did. Great placement. Nice elbow over the top. See him duck under this left arm. Moves out to side control instead. Keeping pressure down on the body. Rios, though, able to re-guard underneath, switch back in.
See, and that speaks to Rios' confidence in his guard because normally when you're dealing with a wrestler type of guy, they're going to be looking to get back up as opposed to replacing guard. Rios is replacing guard, so this should actually give Bobe a little bit more confidence to know that it's going to be easy to get takedowns. And if he can just stay out of submissions, he can go. This could be his path to victory, is just getting on top and doing work.
Another big elbow there from the top. Bobe goes to it again. You can see Rios has been kind of teasing, bringing those legs up high so far.
But the fact that he's using a closed guard also suggests that he's not looking to even stand up.
Agreed, as you said, confident in his guard, willing to work from underneath. Now he's trying to lock down on that arm. Bobe able to withdraw that. Rios turns to his hip, maybe thinking sweep, not there. Nice base on top from Bobe. Again, we've seen it quite a bit on the CFFC BJJ mats. We've seen the grappling skills, but Rios is showing his confidence in his work from his back as well, as you mentioned, Dean.
And I'm not like the other guys who will just suggest that he needs to stand back up. If you want to play from your back, I'm okay with it, as long as you're good at it. He looks to be confident here, and you never know, he might be able to pull something out.
Oh, look at that work from Bobe there. Slip past the guard beautifully, tries to take the back. Rios able to turn inside, under a minute to go here in the opening round. Nice sequence there. Bobe tries to change levels, hands clasped behind the back, can't quite get it. Bobe, man, is he looking confident early. Great opening round, stepping in on short notice. Look at that, just drags him down.
25 seconds. 2 on 1.
Yeah, Bobe just having his way, just being able to transition from position to position here.
Elbow, make him cover up. We can take it. We got short time. We can take it. Elbow, elbow, then go.
Looking to attack from the back here late. Can he make something happen under 10 seconds ago? Oh, he tried to turn to the arm. Wasn't quite there.
Well, it looked like he forced that because of the short amount of time left. He tried to force the arm bar, which was a good idea.
Yeah, it's not bad giving away position, right? That late around.
Yeah, just to go for the arm. It looked like he was setting it up. The fence was in the way for him to be able to swing his hips and legs out properly, but going for it wasn't a bad idea.
Alex Rios remains standing in the corner.
All right, let's look at this takedown. Bobe shoots a beautiful power double, lands up in the guard of Rios, lands an elbow here from the half guard of Rios. Another elbow here from the full guard of Rios. Bobe just maintaining good position on top. Rios working the closed guard. But that was the story of the fight. The ground game of these two gentlemen.
It really was. We'll see what happens in round number 2. If adjustments are made from Rios, if maybe he decides he doesn't want to work from his back that much. Or does the cardio of Bobe hold up, stepping in on just a few days' notice?
Well, if I'm Rios, I'm going, you know what, I'm going to fight these takedowns, even if you're comfortable on your back. Fight the takedowns a little bit harder to make Bobe work. Like, he's coming in on short notice. Make him work for them takedowns. Don't just give it up that easy.
Bobe likely took that opening round. Again, coming on just a couple days' notice, trying to flash those hands once again. Had some great striking exchanges early on in the opening round before turning to the takedown and dominating the position the rest of the way. Rios was walking forward well in that opening round. He's doing it again.
So, and this is what we saw in Bobe's last fight. He had a beautiful first round against Stamp, but then the pressure got to him. And I'm sure Rios saw that and said, you know what, I'm going to do that. Even though if he has a good round, I'm just going to keep pressure on him. And he's doing that now. He's doing a good job of putting pressure on Bobe. See if he can't crack him.
Excellent breakdown of that last fight for Bobe. It was a fun one to watch. Rios trying to build on the success that Stan had. Oh, but look at those combinations. Nice work. Rios, though, still the one on the front foot. Walking through something. I got a nice kick to the body there. Those can be problematic.
Yeah, Bobe's just got to do more because Rios is actually giving him the opportunities. It just seems like Bobe's having a little bit of trouble with the length and the pressure of Rios. So he's got to really try to get closer to him to get in on that shot or just throw more combinations.
That brief timeout was for a missing mouthpiece, but back to work quickly. And Rios, the longer man, trying to use that jab from range. Nice right hand there from Bobe. Oh, Rios still landed a stiff left. Christian Bobe takes it well. And then he goes to the takedown. Nice work. Relative ease once again. Maybe a surprise, or Rios just happy to work from his back.
Yeah, again, like when you're putting pressure on somebody like that, you got to expect a takedown. I'm surprised that he is not fighting these takedowns a little bit harder to try to wear on Bobe from the takedown perspective.
Yeah, because once we got here in round 1, we stayed here. Oh, look at this, attacking that right arm. Rios trying to wrench on this Kimura grip. Bobe, though, able to regain control of the limb. Still has the grip in place, so now he lets it go.
Well, that's a tough spot to be in because you need a good angle on that. And Bobe is flexible enough to be able to deal with just like the pain of that initially because it wasn't going to break because Rios didn't have a proper angle to really execute a full-on Kimura from there.
Past the halfway mark of round number 2. Bobe continues to work from top position again. He got here in round 1 and finished the round here. Rios confident in his guard, but Bobe, very, very talented grappler in his own right. Was able to maintain top position, not deal with a lot of trouble. Rios tries to build to a base. Look at that, and the right arm comes around the neck.
It looks like he might get this. It looks pretty close here.
He's got the grip in place. Rios relenting right now, but not battling the hands.
And that left hand of Rios looks like it's going to tap soon.
He's thinking about it for sure. Now he's trying to push the elbow up. Bobe continuing, and finally decides to let it go. Nice work there from Alex Rios. Found himself in a problematic spot. Didn't give up that easily. Now he's got 2-on-1. trying to switch inside. Beautiful counter from Alex Rios, showing that talented grappling game you talked about. And now landing a couple of big hammer fists. Bobe scrambling a little bit. Key moments here. Kind of a 50-50 spot. And it's Bobe that comes out on top, but that right arm is in, now it switches to the left arm pressure. I thought the right arm was trapped behind.
Yeah, Bobe's got to get a little bit more forward pressure. You see how he's in on his insteps? That's a very jiu-jitsu thing to do. Again, we saw it earlier in the night. When you're on top of somebody, you need forward pressure.
Lock your hands together.
Rios working on his right hip, trying to attack that right arm.
Hey, we got 45 seconds,
Bobe keeping it safe. Can he pop out the back door? Yes, he does. Taking top position, steps over the half.
Yeah, I love the way Bobe doesn't stop until he gets to that position. He won't stop until he gets to a half guard position.
Found himself in a tough spot there early, but now Bobe on top, driving in a couple elbows. And again, worth repeating, took this fight on just a couple of days' notice. Sure, he was in the gym, he was working. Sometimes there can be a difference between that and pure fight condition. Rios underneath, tried to throw the legs up high there. Final 10 seconds here of round number 2.
But these are the moments where you find out what you're made of. Are you built for this? Even though it's short, oh, that might have been a little close.
I was gonna say,
that was a little close. But these are the but these are the moments where you find out what you're made of. Are you built for this? I know it's short notice, but if you a dog, you a dog. If you a dog, you'll fight in the street, and you have to be a dog if you want to be successful in this game.
Alex Rios maybe tried to gain a little bit of momentum late. Fortunately, lost control of the position.
All right, we see this. There's this combination from Bobe on the side here. It knocks the mouthpiece out of Alex Rios. Rios throws a 1-2 and that left hook. Again, by Bobe. Then Bobe taking the back here, gets both hooks in, shoots the arm up for the neck, drags him back, almost gets it in. It looked close. It was about as close to a rear naked choke finish that you could possibly get without an actual finish.
Yeah, I thought for sure we were going to see a tap there. We did not. Great night tonight here inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City, CFFC 145. Main card still to come on UFC Fight Pass, but right now we've got 5 more minutes to determine the winner in this lightweight matchup between those two gentlemen. Matchup came together this week. Tom Hines forced to step out. Christian Bobe steps in against Alex Rios. And we'll see what he's got left in the tank in round 3.
Yeah, if I'm Bobe, I'm moving forward. I'm not going backwards. I'd say go forward and get my hands locked around him.
Possible character check here for Christian Bobe. As you said, had some tough work late against Sean Stamp, but look at this, early to the takedown, and he's on top in the opening minute.
And if nothing else, this is where at least he's comfortable. And you know what? If he wins a fight this way, it was short notice, it's okay. At least he's back in the win column. Even if it's not the most exciting thing, it gets him back in the win column. But this is a good place for Bobe to be right now if he wants to get a win here.
And he's doing the right things. It's not like he's just laying praying, right? I mean, look at this. He slips under, around to the back. He's going to look to attack that neck once again. Look at this,
he might
right
get
back
the finish
to the rear
here.
naked choke. Hands are down there for Rios. He's got to get up and battle him. Works to his feet. Now he gets 2-on-1. Nice work from Rios. He was in a very compromised position there momentarily. Rios keeping that chin tucked and battling the hands. Look at this though, Bobe just walking it in. Look at that.
He's going to try to use the sweat from his arm to sneak his arm underneath the chin here.
You can see the pressure. He's twisting on the neck as well, even if he can't quite get under it.
It's getting tight there.
And there's the tap. Christian Bobe steps in on fight week and gets an incredible 3rd round submission. Does he fade late? Not tonight.
And you see, that's the release of all that pressure from the last loss. That's all that. That's what that is now. That's what we're seeing now. It haunted him for months, and now he's able to release it.
Celebrating with John Marquez, with Jonathan Webb. Big moment for Christian Bobe. The coach has delivered. You see there a heartbroken Alex Rios, who did a lot of great things in his pro debut, including being willing to stay in. 4 days notice.
Yeah, Christian Bobe, he worked for that one. He earned that one. Let's look at his finish here. He's got the body triangle up against the fence, and this is not something that you see often, a finish from here. But enough squeeze, and Alex Rios just didn't do a good enough job of breaking the lock early enough. He allowed Christian Bobe to get that lock, and again, that's probably because you don't see it a lot. But he allowed him to get the lock in, and it was just too much pressure, too much squeeze. Christian Bobe gets his finish, bouncing back after the last fight here at CFFC.
Bobe does such a good job of hiding that rear hand.
Yeah.
And once it's all the way back,
once
it's so
it was
hard.
back, it was just too tough. It was too late for Rios.
Man, what a big win. You saw the emotion there for Bobe. Let's take it up to our man, Dr. David Sarnoff, to get the details.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout was stopped at 1 minute and 27 seconds in the third round. Winner by tap out by way of the rear naked choke. Out of the red corner, Christian Bobe.
Love you.
Frustrating result for Alex Rios in his professional debut, but a big win for Christian Bobe. My goodness. And, you know, as you said, dealing with the emotion, the frustration of last time, dealing with the difficulties of stepping in on fight week and turning a performance like that, very impressive.